How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about David Silva because Lazio are not happy with the former Manchester City man. Next piece of news involves Spurs because they've confirmed the signing of Joe Hart. And the last piece of news involves Arsenal and Lukas Podolski because he's come to the defence of his former teammate Mesut Ozil.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So before we get started with today's show, I want to remind all of you about DTFC because our first pre-season game is out on the DTFC YouTube page. And if you've not got yourself over there and watched it or subscribed, then the link is in the description. Get yourself over. What are you waiting for? So with that said, let's go and get into today's show. Now, the first piece of news involves David Silva. Now, we've all seen the news and we know that he has left Manchester City. But it looked like he was on his way to Lazio. It looked like a deal was done. He just had to complete the formalities and everything was all in place. And then out of nowhere, he's joined Real Sociedad. Now, Lazio are not happy. And the statement that they've issued is very short and very sweet and very to the point. And I suppose a player is allowed to change his mind and whatnot. But when a team go to the effort that Lazio did and put everything into place, and then they completely just make a U-turn in the way that David Silva did, it leaves a bit of taste in your mouth. And the report goes on to say that Lazio were confident of reaching the agreement with Silva, and that they had offered the 34-year-old a 3-year deal worth £10 million a year. That's mad. And you've got to think, Real Sociedad have only offered him a 2-year contract. And the the statement, yeah, this is very short, very sweet, like I said, but to the point. Their sporting director has come out and said that he's heard about the David Silva transfer to Real Sociedad. I have huge respect for the player, but not for the man. I told you, very short, very sweet, and very to the point. He's not happy. Lazio are not happy. David Silva, don't go to Italy on holiday anytime soon because it don't look like you will be a very popular person. They are not impressed at all. And I think we cannot say any more than that, really. And yeah, David Silva, he's a Real Sociedad player. And Lazio, they will have to try and find somebody else. Next piece of news involves Spurs. And I've got to try and, talk about this objectively and not laugh. But Tottenham have completed the signing of Joe Hart on a contract until 2022. Joe Hart successfully underwent a medical on Monday and will complete with Paulo Gazzaniga for Hugo Lloris's #1 spot in Jose Mourinho's squad next season. The 33-year-old became a free agent after his contract came to an end at Burnley at the end of last season, in a campaign where he made just 3 appearances in all competition during the 2019-20 campaign. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about this, to be honest with you. Joe Hart, a few years ago when he won the league at Manchester City, was brilliant. And then Pep Guardiola came in and sussed him out pretty much straight away. And he was out of the squad, gone, done, dusted. And I don't know, man. He was so good at one point. England international, England #1. And then it just went downhill. And he was making mistakes. And he just lost all confidence. I don't know whether he needs to go to a team and gets minutes. And he couldn't even get in the Burnley team. With all due respect to them. But, he's a Premier League winner. And, when you look at his age as well, he's not old. He's 33 years old. In goalkeeping terms, that's prime years. But it just hasn't materialised. I thought he would have probably gone down to maybe in the Championship or somewhere like that. And, try and resurrect his career, get regular football. But maybe he's just happy sitting on the bench and collecting a wage, because he's not going to take over the number 1 spot from Hugo Lloris. He's going to be competing with Paulo Gazzaniga for the second choice. I just don't know what to make of it. Honestly, I really don't. It's strange. Spurs have got 2 goalkeepers. Why are they signing a third? Unless it's to, go as backup to Hugo Lloris. But how would he do if Hugo Lloris picks up an injury and then he has to come into play in the Premier League? Could be an inspired signing and he will rediscover his form, or it could be absolutely calamitous. As an Arsenal fan, I hope it's the latter, because that would be quite hilarious. But listen, Joe Hart is a decent guy. And it'd be, him trying to resurrect his career, or he's just getting a wage packet and he's happy to sit on the bench. I don't know where I sit with it. Let me know what you think, as usual. So, yeah, there we go. Last piece of news involves Lukas Podolski, and he has launched a ferocious defence of Arsenal star Mesut Ozil. He was speaking to The Athletic, and he goes on to say that he's good enough with support from the coach and the team, but something has happened with the club. You can feel that. Is he in a disagreement with the club? When I talk to him, we don't want to talk to him about that kind of stuff. It's his situation. Him and his agent have to deal with that. He's a good character. He's not an arsehole. He doesn't do interviews where he speaks badly of his teammates or of Arsenal. And it's a shame we have come to this situation because everybody is losing. So, it's a pretty straightforward, interview from Lukas Podolski. And you've got to remember, he's a former teammate of Mesut Ozil at Arsenal, and also a former teammate of Mesut Ozil with Germany. And he's also a friend. And, he goes on and he's talking about how they don't talk about the situation and it's not really something that they want to speak about. Lukas Podolski is held in high regards at Arsenal, by the fans especially as well. Didn't work out so much on the pitch. Contributed, but he got what Arsenal was about. Lukas Podolski is one of these players that came over to here and actually invested his time to find out what Arsenal's all about, and to, check on the history of the club, to get a feel of it and to understand the fans. That is only emphasised when you see what he feels about Spurs. He gets it. Lukas Podolski gets why Arsenal don't like Spurs. He understands. And you've seen him celebrating in the stands at White Hart Lane when we won a game there. And I think there was a newspaper report once saying that he was being linked with Spurs whilst at Arsenal. And he made a comment back saying that he would rather retire than move to Spurs. And that sums the man up. And, even now, he's, not playing anymore at Arsenal. He still has a close connection. He still uploads when Arsenal are playing, wishes the team well. He's got the new kit and everything else, and he posts photos with it. He's an Arsenal guy, despite the fact that, he's, not born round the corner or anything else, and he was only at the club for a few years. He is an Arsenal man. I can't say no more than that about Lukas Podolski, but yeah, it's just a weird one with the Mesut Ozil situation again, and I don't know where I sit on it. I don't know what has actually gone on. I feel that the best thing would be that everyone parts ways. Even Podolski here is saying that it's a shame the way that it's gone like this, and that everybody is losing. And we are. Mesut Ozil's not playing football. Arsenal are paying out a wage for a player they can't use or not using, and everybody is losing. And it would be nice if we could get this sorted out. It would be nice if we could actually, put an end to it and move forward. Mesut goes his way and gets to do what he wants to do, and Arsenal go their way and we get to do what we want to do. That is ultimately what would happen. And, Lukas Podolski will know Mesut Ozil better than most people, better than me, you, anyone that makes statement about him as a person or anything else. And he goes on to say that he's a good character. And you have to agree with that anyway, based on what Mesut Ozil does outside of football with his work within the community, the charities and everything else. He is a good guy. And that he is not an arsehole. Despite what you might think about him on the pitch, there's a Mesut Ozil off the pitch as well. So, very interesting. And hopefully this situation is sorted out sooner rather than later. So, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. Let me know what you think about that Joe Hart signing. Do you think that's a good move for Spurs? Or do you think that he's going to be sitting on the bench for Spurs and collecting a wage packet? Let me know. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.